live at 5. It's offer review, and some very strange things happened today. At the bottom of the roster earlier today, it showed Iron Patriot, Leader, and Mephisto. So like right now it's been removed. We can only see Cosmic Ghost Rider. And so it was kind of strange though. Like it would look like this and it had no abilities. When you click right here, it had no stats. There was basically no information on the kits or the stats at all. But there's something interesting is that like Mephisto, which looks like right here, part of his, he's sitting on a throne, and then he had an animation, I guess, that had a contract. And Capone said there were different names on it. Frank Castle, Tony Stark, Richard Rider, that name always cracks me up, and Johnny Blaze, which I guess are Ghost Riders. So I'm not really familiar with the Mephisto storyline, but that's what there was a contract and he's sitting on a throne. So hopefully we get some more information on this sooner than later. Then there was also screenshots of the Leader, and then also right here, Iron Patriot. But like really no information whatsoever. And it was only live. I saw it on my phone for maybe like 30 minutes. All right. Big shout out to our friends in Europe who sent us screenshots of next month's calendar of interest is Nightcrawler. I'm pretty excited about that. Nightcrawler. And then we got Gwenom also. Also, we had 2 posts in the last 24 hours. New Warriors, Room Rules Correction. The Room Rules for New Warriors in War Chapter 4 have incorrect descriptions and a bug in the combat data. The description has been updated and the bug has been fixed today to match the intended design. Here's the updated description. Defending war-ready New Warrior allies, if not exhausted, spawn with 2 safeguard, offense up, defense up, and 50% speed bar. And I did record a war video a little bit earlier, and I went in a New Warriors Rhino comp, and I used Underworld, and it was fine. So I didn't notice a big difference. Now, we've had a little bit of talk about boosted accounts, and then they're changing the new player experience. I'm guessing that's why they're boosting accounts, and I don't know if that's ended or if they're collecting data, but they were doing some sort of A/B testing. This happened with my wife's account and K9 Kismet, which we did 2 videos, like new player videos, and there was just such a difference between the 2 accounts where that was discovered. So they are doing something, and I'm hoping that we'll get more information. This post doesn't sound super definitive like they're done, but I want to read this. Commander's Journey changes live. More improvements to the Commander's Journey have arrived. While these are primarily to help newer commanders as they progress, more experienced members of Strike can find some nice surprises. And I just want to say this, whatever they're doing with the new player experience, as a veteran player, I hope this makes it easier for new players to really get into this game like the way that I love it. And I hope that is the purpose of what they're doing, is so that they can speed the process up and we can get more players playing Marvel Strike Force. I mean, I think that's a good thing if that's their intent. We don't really have a lot of information. Character location updates. We've updated the locations of characters so that new commanders will have access to more of their favorite Marvel characters, while ensuring these characters more firmly stand the test of time as the meta shifts. If you're a seasoned commander, this shouldn't change your day-to-day experience much. You will primarily notice that some characters now have multiple shard locations, and some will be accessible earlier. We removed minions from all orbs and campaign nodes. That's great. But you can still find them at the bottom of Blitz, Raid, and Arena stores. And all minions now unlock at 1 star. The images below should help you get a feel of the changes with updates on the right. The level ranges accompanying campaign areas are meant to estimate when you can expect them available. If you see any characters with an icon in the lower right, it means they're obtainable either in a shop or earlier campaign node. And I'm not going to go over that. Legendary event updates. Continue with some of the recent updates. These legendary characters now unlock at 2 stars. Adam Warlock, Mega Red, Ebony Maw. We've also updated the star unlocks for the following characters to 2. So they had higher unlocks. Bishop, Black Panther, Emma, Ghost Rider, Maria, Moonlight, Red Skull, and Baron Zemo. And I got to tell you, Kat was pretty excited about this. You know, several of these characters down here. She had already collected shards and then lowering it down to 2. So she was able to start using the character's night. And then K9 Kismet also said that this helped him quite a bit to get some extra legendaries move forward. Now, I do want to start a new account and make some new player guides. I'm not ready to start a new account yet. I kind of want to make sure that all of the changes that they're making are done. And I'm not sure where that is right now, because it says right here, we'll be sending some resources to commanders that join before the changes help you adjust. The team will continue to look at the commander's journey and make improvements to help Strike grow. So keep your feedback coming. I feel like it's been a little bit controversial for players that spent money that just started the game. Maybe they, that's 1,000% of the legitimate change. But outside of that, like for veteran players, a lot of these things that they've been doing haven't, really don't affect like players that are already at level 95 or higher. And I hope that people understand that having new players come to the game and enjoy the game the way that we do and get up and running faster is a good thing. I hope that they figure out how to reconcile with the people that are under level 95 and that were negatively infected by the A/B testing. Like when I look at K9 Kismet and Cat had the boosted account and Kismet didn't, that created some problems. And I hope they're willing to address those players for sure, because I don't necessarily think that's right. I don't understand why they didn't segregate people. I really don't. Like, why in a game where we play in Arena and we play in Cosmic Crucible, we're playing against other players, how come they couldn't separate out people and do the testing but not intermix, where everybody was playing competitively on like the Arena or Cosmic Crucible? I take issue with that. But I'm not sure how widespread the A/B testing was, or and I don't even know how many things were tested. I mean, it could be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P testing. I know my alphabet. Anyways, let's go. Why do they move Darkot? Get moving around characters allows to farm 2 things at once, such as gold and new character shards, but they go and move Darkheart off of Gold Art for Noir. Noir is older. Darkheart was only there for a brief time. I didn't 7-star him yet. This is pissing me off, and apparently this is a hot issue, so this was pretty a big post here on Reddit for only being 4 hours old. I also just wanted to talk about Starnak, which is Starbrand. I made a reference the other day on stream that Starnak felt a lot like Karnak, in that Karnak really wasn't that good, but he was needed to unlock Ebony Maw and so on and so on. And I first of all, I just want to double down on this. Like, Starbrand does damage. He's going to be useful on defense in Alliance War for sure. And he's also, this team is going to be required for the next legendary character. That being said, he's definitely less interesting than Black Knight, definitely less interesting than Cosmic Ghost Rider. And then most people already have Captain America and Peggy already upgraded. And then this is just Juicy's opinion on the importance of these 4 characters. Because Black Knight is having use outside of his team in multiple game modes, where Starnak looks like he's going to be useful in war with his team, kind of the same way that Green Goblin or Red Goblin is useful in his team with the symbiotes, where Void Knight is going to get used in a lot of different places. That being said, I ended up doing Raider on Starbrand. And I ended up doing all of the T4s. Unfortunately, it looked like they all were pretty useful. I just wanted to bring this up. Deflect is just 100% block chance. Blocking, however, has the other mechanics you're thinking when blocking. The character's block amount becomes a flat resistance chance. So say your character has 25 block amount, it becomes 25% resistance. This is also separate from the regular focus check to resist negative effects. So it does make it much harder to apply them. And where I'm noticing this is with Void Knight. Like, let's say in Cosmic Crucible, I'm using Void Knight against Black Knight, and Void Knight has 5,000% focus on that ultimate, and he usually goes first and he flips everything. Well, not everything flips, and that has to do with deflects. And there's just a separate percent chance where stuff won't just flip, and that's the reason why that's been happening. Ruby Red Orbs, the best orbs to date. What else do we got here? Jarvis recommendation worth listening to. In general, yes, and I think this answer right here sums up it. For ISO classes and newer characters, yes. For older characters and reworks, it can be a bit dodgy because it takes all the players' data and would include players who set ISOs before the rework and never change them, or players who have quit. So what happens is sometimes a character gets reworked, they go into a different team, there's some modifications for their kits, and reworked characters sometimes have an updated ISO recommendation that does not match Jarvis. But in general, Jarvis, you don't want to think too much, just do Jarvis. I think it's reasonable. Battle Pass looks reasonable enough. I don't know what to say. I'm going to be buying the Battle Pass pretty much no matter what at this point for the Dark Promotion characters. And the reason why I'm getting it for the Dark Promotion characters is that they updated the store. And yes, they're in there. Apocalypse and Super Scroll. Apocalypse can now go to 3 diamond. I think it's like, well, here's the cost right here. This has the cost for them, and you can go and Apocalypse. You know, if you want diamonds, 1,200, 2,400, 6,000. I was able to get mine to 2 diamond. I'm not gonna be able to go to 3 diamond until Cosmic Crucible end of season, because that's where those normally come from. And then Super Scroll is I was able to do 5,000 to go to 5 red, another 6,000, and another 10,000 to go to 7 red. So a total of 21,000. I did end up buying this offer right here just because I needed 200 Dark Promotion credits, and I thought that was okay right there. I would have liked more Black Knight shards, but I wanted to get my Super Scroll to 5, and I'm going to probably be focusing on finishing off Apocalypse and Super Scroll. I still think they are the first and second best character in the game. Sword Satellite is not for early or mid-game players, and I just want to say this is true, and I know this has been frustrating for a lot of people. In-game player is able to get through room 26 on day 1. It wasn't without sizable with setbacks. However, in room 2, I had to use 800,000 X Factor to get through after failing to use smaller teams. To me, it's just dropping the bucket. I find myself thinking, holy crap, there's people out there whose biggest team is like 800K. There's no way to make it past room 10. This is true. Also, I'm going to put a link to this in the description. This is Jumpy McSpasm's spreadsheet. And I was able to get to level 40. It looks like there are multiple teams here. And this gets updated. You know, I can hit refresh and it may even have more teams on here. I would have put a link to this in the description if you want to take a look at his suggestions on what he's doing, and let's see if it got any bigger. Looks like it's the same, but yeah, I was able to get to level 40, which has like 100 million points, and then it's going to become a function of how many times you can beat level 40 a day, and if you could use multiple teams. Looks like people might be able to do 3 teams, maybe 2 teams for sure based off of this. We will have to see. And then lastly, I have one more offer, and then we're up with the video. Typically, if I can get 2,000 of these for $20, that's reasonable enough, but that leveling characters up thing is ending soon, maybe a day or 2 left. I was able to get to 98, and I'm trying to get my 48 characters, well 50, but you know, you double dip on Kestrel and Doom, but 48 characters to 98 so I can get those rewards. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.